Just hold up on me body and go on, go on, go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. Say she love up shit, big body of the man, big body of the man, big body of the big body of the man. Say she love up shit, big body of the man, big body of the man, big body of the big body of the man.
It's SVG.
Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
Good morning, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Good morning to everyone on the way to work, school, just starting their day. It is shaping up to be quite a nice and sunny day, hopefully. But then again, we also welcome the rain. We also welcome the rain as well. But that's what the forecast said.
Yes, please.
Guys, I just want to say good morning to those in the diaspora. Good morning to Anne, Joshua, everyone always a locked in, teacher Neil, Juan. Good morning this morning. And good morning to you, Roleza. How are you?
Morning. I am fine. My night was so short, but I'm fine. Yeah, you know, Ari, yesterday when we were talking about the billboard, we're not going back on the topic, but they clearly Bush had to reposition the billboard.
I didn't even. I told you when I drive past, I don't.
So the reason why I brought it up is that yesterday when I was driving into town, I don't even think that it was a conscious effort to look. But it either seems as if the bush that was by the side of it, when you're coming into town, was probably trimmed or something, or it was repositioned to be a bit more visible.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's just, if it's just my mind, given all
the major said if the PM wants to take down the billboard, you have to. Easy for him.
You mean just put it out there and say this is in your face?
Look it right here. Come and get it.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, obstruction has been seized. All right. So before we begin, I just want to say good morning to DJ Ruffy. I met him, what was it, last week? It's interesting that I tend to meet people in Jax whenever they're talking about they listen to the program.
I mean,
Stop it. Yeah, I went looking for the Clorox tested. But anyway, that's that different story. Yes, I met DJ Ruffy, so I just want to say good morning to him. He said that we're doing a good job, so just letting you know, okay, Ari? So, yeah, what are we talking about this morning?
Well, first thing, the only thing for this segment, we have to pay respects to the late Ivan O'Neill. I did not expect this news. And I saw it circulating on social media last. And you know what? This is one of those stories where you're like, I hope this isn't true.
When Crystal told us, and then somebody else told me, I said, I'm waiting for the article to come out. I mean, it's not that you don't believe people, but I feel like I don't believe things unless I see it in news items. So.
Oh, that's really how it should be going. But I didn't even see that until late. It's on social media. I saw it first, and I was like, I really hope this is not true. And then I saw multiple news sources reporting on it. I'm reading from IWN this morning, and it states that founder of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Green Party, Ivan Bertie O'Neill, died around 5 p.m. on Monday at his Harmony Hall home. Multiple sources have confirmed to Eyewitness News. The circumstances surrounding his death were not immediately clear, but Eyewitness News understands that O'Neill had been ailing for several months and had returned home from England earlier this year, where he had spent some time during his ailment. And it's interesting because I was actually thinking, with all these things happening in the billboards and the major declaring his love for someone, and a lot of things happening in the political arena in that sense, as well as NIS and the pension and the more important stories. I was like, how come I'm not hearing anything from Ivan O'Neill? And now we're finding out it's because he was not feeling well. Now, O'Neill served over 31 years in the British Royal Air Force as an engineer. He was awarded the Royal Air Force Personal Commendation of the Air Officer Commanding-in-Chief Near East Air Force in 1976. The Royal Air Force meritorious service medal in recognition of his exemplary conduct, high personal standards and professional expertise in 1986, and the Royal Air Force Certificate of Merit in recognition of his initiative and inventiveness towards the improving of the engineering services of the British Royal Air Force while serving in Strike Command in 1989. And this is the first time a lot of people are hearing this. It just seems like, oh, this guy with his ideas, it seems so far-fetched. He must be not all the way there, but he actually is well decorated.
I think when we saw him in his, well, I don't know if is it fatigue you call it for officers? I can't remember what the proper name is.
I'm not sure the proper name.
But yeah, he used to wear it. He used to wear it with all the medals, etc. You used to see him with it, yeah.
But like the everyday person with the lack of knowledge will be like, well, this is a costume.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. But he held a Bachelor of Science in Accounting and Finance from Oxford Brookes University, England, and a Master of Science in Macroeconomics Policy and Planning from Bradford University, England. He also held a Master of Business Administration from Leicester University, England. O'Neill served as the treasurer of the Unity Labour Party, the ULP, before breaking ranks with the party in 2000 to join the now defunct People's Progressive Movement, or the PPM. In the 2001 election, O'Neill ran for the PPM in a three-way race in North Central Windward and received 30 votes. The ULP's Ralph Gonsalves retained the seat, which he first won in 1994 and became Prime Minister, a post he has held on to since then. O'Neill founded the SVG Green Party in January 2005. In elections held in December 2005, he contested the East St. George constituency for the Green Party and won 14 votes. O'Neill contested the seat in 2010, 2015, and 2020. He received 11 votes in 2010 in a three-way contest, 13 votes in a four-party race in 2015, and 26 in 2020, when three parties contested the seat. O'Neill strongly opposed the diplomatic ties between St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Taiwan and the government's tax policy towards the super-rich in Mustique and Kanawha. He proposed free education for all Vincentians and preschool to university. In June 2006, O'Neill was a member of an official delegation that Gonsalves led to Malaysia. The Malaysian Prime Minister, Dato Seri Abdullah Ahmed Badawi, had invited O'Neill during an official four-day visit to Kingstown 1 month earlier. During a special sitting of Parliament to mark Badawi's visit, then opposition leader Anim Yusuf had noted that O'Neill had fought in Malaysia from 1963 to 1965, defending the country against Indonesian invasion. O'Neill was present at the special sitting of Parliament as Eustace spoke and was introduced to Badawi, who requested that O'Neill be part of Gonsalves' official delegation. In 1996, O'Neill led a relentless one-man protest to abolish the cable and wireless telecoms monopoly. During the protest, he was injured when a vehicle drove over his leg. However, O'Neill returned to his picket spot with his leg in a cast. In the same decade, O'Neill chained himself to the cenotaph in Kingstown amidst proposals by the then New Democratic Party administration to relocate it to the Botanical Gardens to provide for the construction of the Central Market. The monument was relocated to near its original position.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm glad that Ari read the full article, because as he indicated that many of us may have just seen O'Neill, Mr. Ivan O'Neill, around and not have known or remembered a lot of the history that relates to him. I actually didn't even know, I suppose, that he was a part of the ULP before. I did not know that. And in terms of his other movements, his other protest action, I would have been very young, right? So I also did not remember this. So I'm glad that this history has been recalled. Unfortunately, it's being recalled in this notice of his passing. So I think first, of course, we want to extend condolences to his family I don't know if there is a Mrs. O'Neill. I don't know if he has children, but he must have family otherwise. So extending condolences to his family members as well as to persons who were a part of his party over the years, right? One of the things that I noticed when I looked at the articles, well, there are several articles that went up, and I saw, a lot of condolences being sent out to Mr. O'Neill, person saying that he was a visionary. A lot of it, and a lot of the thoughts were saying that it's unfortunate that he did not get the opportunity to be able to actually hold a seat or hold a position within government to be able to execute some of his plans. And I think it just brought to mind that sometimes I wonder if, and again, I'm going to say this, that let people know how you feel about them when they're alive.
Exactly.
Right? Because I'm seeing all of these condolences. I'm seeing all of this quote unquote praise being sent up for Mr. O'Neill at this time. And I don't know if he was aware of how persons actually viewed him, and it should not take this. He cannot read the comments at this time. He can't read it. His family would, but he can't read them. And I really just wish that sometimes that we take that moment when we do appreciate persons to let them know while they still have life.
Yeah, I just want to echo the sentiments that Roleza just gave. I would like to express condolences to his friends, families, and colleagues. And I really do believe that you really need to show people the respect when they are here, not just when they have passed on. Mr. O'Neill is a decorated soldier. He is a scholar in his own right. Mm-hmm. And if it is that more persons had opened up to hearing what he had to say, then maybe you would have understood why he proposed stuff like the AC Dome and these sort of things. I mean, off rip, it just sounds crazy, but then I'm pretty sure 20, 30 years ago, an international airport probably sounded crazy.
Yeah, but even in that context with the dome, there was a video that I came across recently. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be a complete dome in terms of like an AC, because I know that's a running joke for us as Vincentians, right? But there's something that I came across. I can't remember if it's in Dubai, but they actually drop like these umbrellas to be able to allow for there to be shade within the city because it's so hot. So even though while his idea may have seemed a bit far-fetched to some persons, to many of us, because I think we're just thinking about it in this whole context of an actual dome being built. He may have had an idea of what he wanted, and it's not to say that the idea was not impossible, because from the video that I saw, it's being done in another city, so.
And these things aren't just far-fetched. Look at the idea of cloud seeding. Cloud seeding isn't something that is crazy, but I guess if he had proposed it in 1995, I'm not saying that he did propose it, but if he had proposed it in 1995, people were like, what is he talking about? He can't control the weather. What is he talking about? So you really gotta show people, give people their flowers while they're here. So we still have with us the young politician who tried, was it last year? No, 2020.
Well, that was the last election.
Yeah, well, it was the last year. I just making sure. So 2020, who had started a party and was like, oh, he's too young, he doesn't know what he's doing. Listen to him. Maybe there's a reason why he was confident enough to start a party. So once again, condolences to the former leader of the Green Party, Ivan O'Neill, a visionary, a scholar, a decorated soldier. We at WEFM would like to offer our condolences once more.
It leaves me to question as well to what's going to become of the Green Party, because he was the one who was, well, the consistent face within the party. So I'm just curious as to what's going to happen there. No, the Green Party is not just a party here in SVG. I think there's also a Green Party in the UK. I'd have to double check that, but I think there's also a Green Party within the UK. So yeah, we'd have to see what happens. We'd have to see what happens there, especially given that we have elections coming up at least by next December. So.
Yeah, so right about now, we're going to take a commercial break. When we're back, you'll have your traffic talk, followed by which we'll have Today with Weeks at 7:45 here on WEFM. This is Activated Mornings.
At Lynch Caribbean, yes, we offer comprehensive